Could you please speak up? I just finished an entire pizza. That's because after a filling meal, during digestion, our hearing becomes less acute. The majority of our bloodstream is directed toward our stomach, which depletes some of the other organs. So, the next time you go to see your favorite band perform live, eat a lighter meal to keep your ears pitch perfect. We have a magical organ that can regenerate itself on top of our stomach and left kidney. If we remove a portion of it, our liver can regenerate by producing new cells known as hepatocytes. When the liver is damaged, they begin to multiply. The risk of the damage calculates whether or not it can regenerate completely, as well as the time it takes to do so. Have you ever wondered what's bad for your body? No sleep means no food. It turns out that sleep deprivation is more dangerous. This is due to the fact that if you do not rest, your body is exposed to significantly more risks after 24 hours. Without enough sleep, you may develop memory problems and find it difficult to concentrate. After only 17 hours without sleep, you begin to feel tired and groggy, irritable, tense, and emotional. Your pain receptors become more sensitive as well, so everything hurts a little more than it should. It also has an effect on your hearing, even if you are well into your 24-hour period. Without food, your body simply digests the last meals you had before realizing you've stopped eating in the first 8 hours. After the first few hours, you begin to rely on stored fats for energy. Not eating for more than 24 hours is a sign of your body will begin to deplete its own protein, which means you literally begin to lose muscle mass. It is not always safe to drink rainwater. It can occasionally contain harmful bacteria and viruses. It may also come into contact with other harmful materials in heavily polluted areas. Some communities rely solely on rainwater as their primary source of hydration. But does rainwater have any additional health benefits? According to current research, no. Some of those dangerous substances may be removed from rainwater if it is boiled. However, it is best to play it safe and only drink water from sources that are 100% safe for human consumption. We now produce sweat primarily to regulate our body temperature and for aesthetic purposes. Moisture such as that required in the palms of our hands to improve our grip. However, sweat does not only appear on our skin. It exits our bodies through approximately 5 million pores. We literally step on a quarter of our bones every day. We have slightly more than 200 bones in our body, but about a quarter of those are in a very small and surprising area, our feet. We have 26 bones in each foot, so we end up with a total of 52 in both. For many years, our eyes have produced tears. Reasons such as safeguarding themselves from infection or removing debris such as smoke and dust, or when your baby is finished. You're incorrect, but the number of tears we shed, up to 30% of the produce, is quite surprising. Gallons per year, which is nearly enough to, wow, filling a bathtub is heartbreaking. Our blood pressure awakens hours before we do. We do this because, in the morning, the body produces a variety of hormones, including adrenaline and noradrenaline are beneficial. Provide us with the energy boost we require during our morning hours, but they also lengthen our blood pressure, which is normally higher between the hours of 6 a.m. and noon, night because we should be sleeping, and engage in no physical activity. Blood pressure can be reduced by up to 20%. In terms of our vital fluid, blood accounts for approximately 10% of we usually think of total body weight. Our body weight is mostly made up of, but not of muscles, fat stores, or bones. There's a lot more to it than that. Bones account for 15% of an adult's weight. As a percentage of total body weight, about 40 to 45% remains to be done. About 15% to fat deposits and the muscles. The rest are things like skin, tendons, and hair. Adds up to 100%. Your lungs are not twins, but rather siblings. This is due to the fact that they are not the same size. Or the shape of your right lung is larger and tends to be heavier, and your heart is too, because your ticker is pointing to a little to the left. This causes a slight indentation in the cardiac impression is a term used to describe the left lung, which is also what amusing heart doctors say perform in comedy clubs. Although the right lung is larger, it is a little shorter because it needs to make room to benefit the liver. Humans aren't born to be champions. When it comes to the scent of smell, sure, but our noses can detect about 1 trillion distinct scents. Scientists continue to conduct research on the subject and believe the figure could be even higher. Some dog breeds may be capable of detecting scents ranging from 10,000 to 10 million, as well as 100,000 times better than we do. But it turns out to be the best nose. Because of its size, the elephant has a unique place in the animal kingdom. A mind-boggling number and variety of olfactory. There are over 10,000 receptor genes. Humans and chimps both have fewer than 400. We frequently regard our pinkies as our, but we do have the most delicate fingers. They have more power than we realize. The composition of the liquid in our stomach, potassium chloride and hydrochloric acid. Sodium chloride is far more effective than any acidic food you can imagine, such as lemons, pineapples, or tomatoes. Healthy stomach acid's pH should be, so if you think between 1 and 3, it is slightly lower than that of battery acid. There are numerous advantages to having perfect vision. There are more glasses and contacts available than ever before. You'd think that making up roughly 66%, aside from various eye conditions, our vision deteriorates with age as well. A human brain cell can hold 5 times as much information, as much data as the entire. Perhaps you recall the Encyclopedia Britannica. We have yet to determine the exact amount. It can support a large amount of data, but only in electronic form. The brain's storage capacity is approximately 2,500 terabytes. It's most likely the reason our brains require the most oxygen in comparison to other organs, approximately 20% of total oxygen that enters the bloodstream. And despite the fact that it accounts for only a small portion of the total, 2% of our total body mass, our regular activities plus the impact of gravity causes the cartilage in our ankles to deteriorate. That's all for today, so let me know if you have any questions. If you've satisfied your curiosity, give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends.